The 2025 WNBA playoffs are officially here, and Game 1 of the first round has already given us storylines, surprises, and plenty to talk about. From powerhouse franchises defending their turf to upstart expansion teams making history, the stage is set for one of the most exciting postseason runs in recent memory. So let's break down the matchups, the highlights, and what to expect as we move deeper into the playoffs. First, let's set the scene. The first round of the WNBA playoffs is a best-of-3 series. That means every single game counts. There's very little room for error. The top 4 seeds, of course, enjoy home court advantage. But here's the catch. If a lower seed manages to steal Game 1 on the road, suddenly the pressure flips, and the favorites are fighting for survival. This year's postseason isn't just about dominant teams. It's about resilience, comebacks, and underdogs. Let's start with the Golden State Valkyries. In just their very first year in the WNBA, they've already made the playoffs. Think about that, an expansion team defying the odds right away. Then you have the Indiana Fever. Even with major injuries, including Caitlin Clark being sidelined since July, they've found a way to battle their way into the postseason. The defending champions, the New York Liberty, are back, but their season hasn't been easy either. Injuries have slowed them down, and now they need to prove they can still hang with the best. And don't forget about the Seattle Storm. After a rocky second half of the season, they managed to grab a playoff spot. Now the question is, can they push a heavyweight contender to the brink? Let's break down each series, starting with Game 1 of every matchup. The Valkyries face the number 1 seed Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx are heavily favored, but the energy around Golden State's first playoff appearance is something you can't ignore. If the Valkyries can land an early punch, Minnesota might be forced to sweat more than expected. Next up, Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream. This is a backcourt battle worth watching. Indiana's Kelsey Mitchell brings firepower, but Atlanta counters with Alyssa Gray and Rhyne Howard, one of the league's most dynamic guard duos. And inside, you've got Breanna Jones and Brittany Griner battling against Aaliyah Boston. This series is physical, competitive, and could come down to who controls the paint. Now, the New York Liberty versus the Phoenix Mercury. This is probably the most headline-grabbing matchup of the first round. You've got Breanna Stewart leading the Liberty against Phoenix's Alyssa Thomas. Both are MVP-caliber players, both capable of dominating in multiple ways. If Stewart gets hot, New York looks unstoppable. But if Thomas can control the tempo, Phoenix could flip the script on the defending champs. And finally, the Seattle Storm versus the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces are peaking at the right time, led by Aya Wilson, who's been simply unstoppable. But don't sleep on Seattle. They've got a deep front court with Nneka Ogwumike and Easy-Eye Magbegor, plus the kind of grit that can make this series tougher than Vegas might want. So who are the X factors that could swing these series? Breanna Stewart versus Alyssa Thomas is a duel that could define the entire Liberty versus Mercury matchup. Jonquil Jones against Alyssa Thomas is strength versus versatility in the front court. Napheesa Collier of Minnesota just put together a historic 50/40/90 shooting season, joining elite company. If she keeps that up, Minnesota might be unbeatable. And of course, Aya Wilson. When she dominates, the Aces usually dominate too. Now, most analysts are picking the higher seeds to advance, and that makes sense. The Lynx, Aces, Dream, and Mercury all have momentum and depth. But don't be surprised if we see a few scares along the way. The Storm have the talent to push Las Vegas. The Liberty, despite their injuries, still have championship DNA. And Indiana? They're scrappy enough to push Atlanta to the limit. So here's the bottom line. The 2025 WNBA playoffs are off to a thrilling start. Game 1 has already shown us that no team is safe, and every possession matters. Whether it's history being made by the Valkyries, redemption arcs for injured stars, or MVP candidates battling it out, this postseason has everything fans could ask for. Stick around, because this is only the beginning. The road to the WNBA Finals is wide open, and anything can happen. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more WNBA coverage, and let me know in the comments. Who do you think is the most dangerous team in this year's playoffs? Until next time, thanks for watching, and enjoy the playoffs.